What's up, guys? So recently I've decided I'm going to become a whole different person. I was journaling earlier today and I wrote down all the traits and all the things that the ultimate version of me has. The guy who's 10 to 12% body fat and just ripped. He's jacked. He's hard to kill. He's combat ready. He's trained in boxing, jiu-jitsu. He's charismatic. He's extremely social, crushing it in business, rich, all of that shit. I wrote down who this guy is, and then I looked at myself and I realized I'm not playing to my full potential. I'm not being that guy. And I'm not the type of person who likes to coast and be comfortable, because I'm at the point where I work 8 to 12 hours per day. I never miss a gym session. I'm on top of my shit 90% of the time. Like, I'm not a slacker, but that's normal to me. That's comfortable to me. And I understand to most average dudes and a lot of other people, they might look at my life and think, wow, you're really disciplined. You're on top of your shit. I want to be like that. But that's not good enough to me, because that's the minimum standard to me. In fact, that isn't even my standard anymore. I look at the version of myself who's been doing the things he's doing as someone who is way below who I actually am. Because when I wrote out this list and who this guy is that I want to become, I've realized the discrepancy is fucking huge. That guy, not only does he never miss a gym session, but he puts in way more effort. When I go to failure and I stop at this last rep, he does 3 fucking more. I don't know how he does it, but he just does. He's on top of his nutrition even harder. When he goes out to eat, he doesn't get fucking anything that would take him off the path to his goals. He's 10 to 12% body fat. He's ripped out of his mind. This version of me, the version I want to get rid of, he's got abs, sure. You know, he's in good shape. He's 14, 15% body fat, but he's not fucking ripped. He's not as strong and combat ready as this other version. Because the guy I want to be, he's trained in boxing, BJJ. He's way more ripped, way more strong, way more successful in business, providing even more value and impact to his audience and in the content. All of these things. He's more charismatic and social, and he doesn't give a fuck about anything. He puts in way more effort. He's a millionaire. He has all these things. I just know there's a version of myself that walks the earth and lives that life. He has everything he wants. And he is ultra disciplined. And that's the guy I want to be. Because I was never the type of guy who is cool with coasting and being comfortable. And I feel like I've been at that point for the last few weeks, maybe even few months. You know, it seems on the outside, from the outside, like I'm putting in all this effort. I'm in the gym. I never miss a session, this, that. But I know. Fuck what everyone else thinks. I know I have more to give. And that's why I'm committing to becoming that guy. I am killing off the old version of myself because I understand the most disciplined version of myself is the best version of myself. He is the happiest. He's the most fulfilled. He has the best life physically around him. And I know this through actual experience, because there were times in my life where back when I was less developed and working 10 hours a day was hard to me, now it's not. Back when going to the gym every day was hard to me, now it's not. Back when I was the other guy, the less developed version of myself, and I had to use all this willpower and all this discipline to become the guy I am now, I felt the best about myself. Looking back at my life, all the most fulfilling times was when I was the most locked in. When I was just hitting my macros every single day. When I was going to the gym and putting in effort I've never put in before. When I was putting in the most hours into my business and just fully focused and locked in and had a purpose in my life that was bigger than myself. When I was doing that, that's when I felt the best. When I was the most disciplined. When I was throwing away all of the instant gratification and pleasures of fucking weed, food that tastes good, going out, drinking, anything. When I gave up all of that instant dopamine bullshit and really dedicated myself fully to my purpose, that's when I felt the best. And that's when I made the most progress in my life. Even looking back at it now, that was the most fulfilling time in my life. When I did all those things. Back when I couldn't work for 4 hours and I forced myself and eventually worked my way up to 16 hours a day. Back when I first started my business, that was the most fulfilling time. When I was sitting there at my desk and my eyes were like shot because I was looking at the screen for 16 hours and I was pushing myself for real. That's when I felt the most proud of myself. When I was using the most discipline. Back when I was on top of my food and it was hard and I was hungry and I was low energy, but I got to the most ripped I ever got. That's the most proud I ever was of myself. And that's who I want to become and take it to the next level. So I understand being the most disciplined version of myself leads to the most fulfilling life. I always make the most money. I always feel the best. All the people around me start treating me better. I have a better relationship with everybody around me. But that's because I worked on me. That's because I'm proud of me. If I'm proud of me, everyone else is proud of me. If I'm embarrassed of me, if I know I'm not putting in the effort I know I could be putting in, other people will be embarrassed of me. Other people will look at me the exact same way. That's why I have to become this next version of myself. And I'm committing to doing it now. I'm going to get to 10 to 12% body fat. I'm going to start training combat sports every single week. I'm going today. I'm going to Boxer Gym. They have classes. Today's boxing. I'm going today. It's been a while. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I don't fucking care. Because I know the man I want to become is hard to kill. He's dangerous and he's combat ready. That's the guy I want to be. And I'm not going to count the cost. I don't care how hard it is, even though I know it's going to be extremely difficult. I know it's going to be straight suffering when I'm training, but I don't care. Because any other way to live is fruitless. It's useless. I don't understand how most people want to live a normal life. They wake up at 8, they go to their 9 to 5, working for some fucking boss, come home, they have nothing going for them, they go to their fucking average wife and just sit there on the couch and watch fucking TV and Netflix. That's not who I wanted to be. I've always wanted to become an exceptional individual. I wanted an exceptional life. There are other men who have $500,000 cars, $1 million cars, fucking Ferraris, this, that, they're 10% body fat, jacked, in shape, combat ready. They have all these things and they live an exceptional life. They suffer every day and have a higher purpose. That's the life I want. That's who I have to become. And I don't care how much suffering I have to go through. I don't care at all. Because if I am not suffering, if I'm not doing something hard every single day and I'm not struggling, I'm just bored. I'm just bored. And I find myself giving into instant gratification, at least the old me, when I had no purpose in my life, when I had nothing to strive for, when I had nothing really going on, I just needed to fulfill that boredom. And the only way I would do that without a purpose and without discipline is food, weed, doing dumb shit, scrolling on my phone, and wasting my fucking time. And I refuse to be that guy. I refuse to be this average, mediocre fuck like most of these guys live in life at this point in time. In this day and age, everybody's so fucking mediocre. It's embarrassing. And that's not who I'm going to be. So I'm not going to give in to this boredom bullshit and this instant gratification hole. I have to put myself through suffering. It's going to suck. I'm going to have these thoughts of, oh, I want to eat more food. I don't like to diet down this hard. I want more energy. I don't want to train right now. I don't want to go out and film this content. I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. Why am I doing this? I know I'm going to get all these thoughts. I know I'm going to question why the fuck I'm even doing it. Because I know how hard of a situation I'm going to put myself in. But that's fine. Because any other way is just an unfulfilling and shit life. I want an exceptional life. I was meant for more. That's how I've always thought as a kid. And that's how I was able to get to this point in my life. From living in my dad's basement, being broke, working as a commercial mortgage broker, in-person trainer, and I used to be fucking fat. How I went from that guy to moving myself out here to Miami, which is where I've always wanted to live. Making an amazing income, having a great business, having dozens and dozens of clients get in the best shape of their life through my program. Like getting 200,000 followers, getting in great shape. I got to this point by choosing to have an exceptional life and to not being the average guy. And I'm just doing it again. I'm reminding myself I have to be committed to becoming that next guy. And I know I have so much more to give. And that's why I'm committing to becoming that guy. And I understand that it's all going to be my responsibility. It's all going to be my responsibility. When I have to go to the gym, I understand. No one's going to wake up and go to the gym for me. I don't care how many people love you and actually believe in you and all this shit, your mom, your dad, your family. They might love you, sure. But they're not going to wake you up and drag you out of bed and take you to the fucking gym. They're not going to wake you up and make you work on your business and make you a millionaire. They're not going to make you disciplined and stick to your diet. They're not going to make you go train. They're not going to make you do anything. It doesn't matter how good their intention is and how much they love you. I understand that. That's why I understand it is my responsibility to do everything that I need to do. When I don't feel like it, training, diet, going to train boxing, working on my business, making the content, giving my clients the best possible service, sitting down and focusing on work when I'd rather do anything else. I know it's my responsibility. And that's what I tell myself. I tell myself when I sit down in front of the task or when I know I have to do this thing, I think, no one's going to do it for me. It is my responsibility. I envision the man I want to become, the guy who has all these amazing traits, all of it. I see it in my mind. And then I act as that man. That's what I'm going to do. From now on, I'm operating as that next version of myself. And I'm going to document the journey. I'm going to post more talks like this. You guys can look at my Instagram stories, my YouTube, all of it. I'm going to be documenting the process of me becoming this next version of myself. And I'm not going to let anything fucking stop me. That's who I have to become. It is my responsibility. And I don't care what roadblocks come in my way. I don't care about anything. It's going to get done. Because I'm the type of guy who says, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter. I don't understand how a lot of people are living such an average and mediocre life. Coming home, doing nothing, and just giving into boredom. You should be striving to become the best version of yourself every day. So if you find yourself being comfortable, get rid of that shit. Get rid of it. Because if you're a disciplined person, there's nothing you can't accomplish. There's nothing you can't accomplish. If you wake up every single day and do what you need to do, regardless of how you feel, you will get in great shape. You will become rich. You will have all the things you want. You will have meaningful relationships, all of it. And that's what it means to be a fucking man, bro. Is to get up and do the things you need to do regardless of how you feel. Once you get up and eat clean, once you get up and train when you don't want to, you gain that discipline and you apply it to every other area. And that's how you start winning and gaining huge momentum in your life all around. So that's what you have to do. I don't understand how some people think they can become successful and have an impact on this planet and be somebody worth talking about by having a lack of ability to control what they put in their mouth, by not being able to get up and go train. If you can't even do that, how do you see yourself becoming successful? You won't. Fitness is the core. This is something you could apply discipline to and then bring it into every other area. That's why I'm locking into my fitness. That's the number one priority, and everything else is going to follow. I'm committed to documenting this and showing you guys what I'm capable of. It's going to be tough. I'm going to be suffering, but I know it's going to be worth it because any other way is fucking bullshit. That's all for this one, guys. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself and do not stay comfortable. Do not allow yourself to be the current version that you are, that you know you're not proud of. Be the guy you're proud of every single day. That's all for this one, guys. Peace out.